Hi, welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me, Tash. Today I have a special practice. It's a tummy trim practice. This one has been requested by Dana Phillips, and I know a lot of you out there will appreciate this. It's all about working the core. We're going to build strength into it, and we're also going to do workouts, exercises that help to just trim and tone that belly fat to give you a lovely svelte six-pack. Slowly but surely over time. First of all, come to a nice comfortable seat. Now you can do this in a chair even if you're sitting on the ground cross-legged, or you can sit like this, Vajrasana Thunderbolt pose, and you can have blocks underneath you. We're going to start off with a Pranayama, a breathing technique called Vastrika, which is it's like the breath of fire. We're actually going to start to tune up and tone our abdominal muscles while also helping the body build up metabolism and release some of that weight through our exhalation. Magic. So think about your exhale as you breathe out. So this one is Kapalabhati, where we just use the exhale. And you feel that forceful breathing out of the breath. I should have blown my nose before we started. So we want to think about the belly drawing back to the spine. But we're actually going to do an inhalation and an exhalation through the nose. So it's the same thing. We're still thinking about the exhale. Notice how my chest doesn't move. It's just the belly. This takes a little bit of practice, but as you get used to it, you can build up and move faster and faster and faster, and you'll feel that belly tone up. So let's just try it. Just a few breaths. We'll just go slow first, in and out through the nose if you can. You can have your hand on your belly to feel it. You don't have to take super deep breaths, so we'll start to speed it up now. Just getting those deep core muscles working. The inhale should be quite effortless because the body's going to want that oxygen. Let's try it again. A little faster. Can you feel those core muscles? You can do a few more rounds of those, but we're going to leave it at that because we've got a whole lot more in our core today. But that's something you can just do anywhere while you're driving and things like that. If you do have high blood pressure, though, you want to maybe not do that one because it does get the heart rate pumping. It does work the core. It does bring a little bit of that sense of into your body. So no high blood pressure. Let's come on to our hands and knees now and warm up our wrists. So stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and spread those hands nice and wide. It's always good to warm up the wrists first because they do take a bit of a hammering in our yoga practice when they're not used to bearing weight there. And this is just a nice way as well to get to know our bodies. So you can start to move as well through the front and the back of the body. Just find some nice organic movement. Maybe stretch out. Take some lovely full inhales and exhales because like I said before, the breath actually releases 70% of the metabolic waste through our exhalation. That's pretty amazing. They did research to find out where the fat goes when you exercise, and people thought maybe out through our sweat and stuff, but actually it is exhaled. How amazing is that? So take those lovely deep breaths not only are we losing weight, we're also rejuvenating our body, oxygenating it out. Now, if those wrists feel a little sore, come off them, squeeze them out a little, shake them out, come back to our tabletop position, still working our core, because if we get our core active, then it's going to work more effectively throughout the rest of this practice. So think about, I'm just going to, I should have thought about this earlier, and what I'm going to do is showing you my belly. I'm just going to tuck my top up in here, and we'll have a look at what's going to go on with the tummy. I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe this way. I need a camera person. So take a deep breath in. See how my belly fills up, and as you exhale, draw it up and in. Hold it up and in. Breathe in. You're going to have to expand through the chest there, and as you exhale, draw it in even more. And again, inhale. Draw it in. As you can, draw it in there and hold. Breathe, but hold the core up. Hold. You'll start to feel it. Hold. Press the floor away as well. So we're working the strength in our arms, because really working your whole body is way more beneficial than just certain parts. And inhale. Let's try that again. Inhale. Draw it up. Hold. No, don't hold. Inhale, but hold the belly. Exhale, draw it up even more. This does take a bit of practice as well. Hold it up there. Should start to ache. One more. Inhale, big chest. Exhale, draw it in. Really draw it in. It's like you're sucking that belly button right up to your spine. Start to feel a little bit like a period pain here. Breathe into it, draw that belly in, activating our transversus abdominis muscle, getting right up in there. Hold and breathe and hold and breathe and press the floor away and release that out. Whew. Release. Shake it out. Shake out those wrists. So we're just warming up that little tum-tum, and we're getting that activity in there and getting it moving, letting our body know what's about to come. So now we are going to do a little cat and cow, just to help. Actually, let's come into a child's pose first, just to let the body release. Knees together, arms either by your side or in front, or you can stack them as well. If it's more comfortable to have those knees a little bit wider, that's cool too. Hang out here. Release and relax. Take some deep breaths. And as you breathe into that child's pose, think about the inhalation, belly pressing into your thighs. The exhalation, giving you more space to get a little deeper into that. Inhale, belly expands, presses into the thighs. What that is doing is it is massaging those organs. So take some lovely deep breaths here. And then gently roll yourself back to your tabletop position. We're going to warm up the spine a little bit, and then we're going to work into that core again. So little cat stretch round the back, press the floor away, chin towards the chest, and that's an exhale there. Inhale, let the chest expand, let the tail tuck to the sky, heart shines forward. Continue in your own pace, just gently rounding up towards the sky with the spine as you breathe out. Belly to the floor as you breathe in, getting a lovely stretch through the belly, staying strong through the arms and the legs here. Try not to bend those elbows a whole bunch there. Now if the wrists are sore, just come onto fists and turn the fists in towards yourself, and that'll help. Not only will that help to create strength in your arms and your shoulders, but it'll help just take that pressure out of the wrists until they get a little stronger. And we'll do one more. Now, If you need a little rest, go for it. You can always pause this video, but we're coming up hovering cat. Now, if the tops of the feet are tight, then tuck the toes. But if they're not, we're going to press our knees off the floor. Press through the tops of the feet and your hands. Feel how the belly draws in, and we're pressing up, drawing that belly button up. Hold. The knees are only coming off the floor about 2 or 3 inches. Hold. Can you feel it? Hold, hold, hold. Take it down. Woo. Child's pose. Rest down. If the wrists are sore, just grab them, give them a good squeeze. Maybe interlace the fingers and do a little roundabouty figure 80 movement. Or just point the fingers to the sky. Alright, again, another hovering cat. Come on up. Make sure you're stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders. Now you can also try this down here on your forearms if the wrists are feeling really sore. If the wrists need a little more support, you can actually roll your mat up so that you lift the backs of the hands, the palms of the hands off the floor a little bit. So that's quite helpful as well if those wrists aren't super flexible just yet. So we can press up and hold for 5, 4, 3. Try not to lift too far off the ground, only a couple of inches. You'll feel the belly start to work, the body start to quiver and shake a little, and then let it go. Come on down. Rest just for a moment. We're going to do it one more time. Now you could just work up slowly with all of the exercises that I have for you today. Maybe do a few and then start where you left off, making sure you warm up the wrists first before you go anywhere, and do the belly breath too so you warm up the core. But if you're game, let's do it again, and then we shall move on to the wind releasing pose. Here we go. Find that strength through your body. Press through the tops of the feet and lift. Here we go, and hold. 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 One more, hold, and let it go. Come on down. Child's pose. Enjoy the sensations that you might be feeling right now running through that body. Couple more deep breaths in our child's pose. And I'm just going to move my little microphone to the side. Yeah. Got it on the wrong side for all to see. Let's come onto our backs. So, as we come onto our back, I might do it this way. We're going to lie down, hug both knees in for a moment, just rock it out. And then release your left leg down to the floor and hug your right knee in, squeezing it in nice and tight. This is called the wind releasing pose. These are 3 different movements in sequence, and they're actually aimed at clearing out and cleaning and activating the colon. So squeeze your right leg towards your belly. This helps to connect and activate us to our ascending colon. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, without straining the neck, lift the body. Even if it doesn't lift high, it's all good. If the leg lifts off the ground, that's fine. Try and connect it towards the floor a little bit. Try not to strain the neck here. We're using the strength of our core to gaze down at our left toes. And then inhale, come down. Exhale, rise up again. Hold the breath out. Hold it out as long as you can. You'll feel that warmth, the fire in your belly, the Agni, start to build there. And then inhale, release. One more on this side. Exhale, come up. Hold the breath out. Try not to strain the neck here. It's all right if you're not high, as long as you're feeling the belly work. And because we've already activated it, it should be working pretty good now. And inhale, come down. Oh, release that leg, shake it out. Squeeze your left leg up. Draw it in nice and close. Take a deep breath in. Activate your right leg to the floor and up you go as you exhale, gazing down to the right toes. People try and do their nose to the knee. That's not necessary. We want evenness as we gaze down through the center of the body. Now we're activating our descending colon. And inhale, release. And exhale, draw the body up. Hold that breath out. Inhale, release. One more, here we go. Exhale, take it up. Hold that breath out. And down we go. Release the leg, you can take it up, stretch it out, release. Both knees now to get our transverse colon. Lifty, lift, lift, squeezy, squeeze, squeeze. Lengthen out the spine there, deep breath in. Feel that belly, press towards the thighs. Exhale, come on up. Looking between the knees, down to your toes. Again, try not to strain the neck. Inhale down. Two more. Exhale, draw it up and hold the breath out. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale, up you come. Hold the breath out. And inhale, come on down. Stretch everything out, release, wiggle around, and stretch, stretch, stretch. Let's bring our feet together, interlace our fingers, turn the palms up, and stretch the body, elongate through the center of the body, lengthen. Beautiful. Now, my favorite way to massage the back and also help to activate that core, rocking and rolling, rocking forward and back, and finding a little balance point at the top. Hold, and then round the back, roll down, come up, lengthen. That control there, you know that the core is active when you've got that control. Come up, find that control. Don't worry if you haven't got it straight away. All these kind of things take time and practice, but when you master it, you feel so good. Come on, one more time. And up we go, rock it and roll. And we're going to come all the way up, cross the feet, and come into a downward facing dog. So, let me move my mic again. Hopefully it's not creating horrible sounds for you. Tuck your toes. Yeah, face this side. The view's better. Tuck your toes and press up. Downward facing dog. Now, it's totally fine if your down dog is super tight. Widen out your legs, bend the knees. If down dog's not your thing just yet, tabletop is all good and you can play with that lovely cat and cow. Just breathe into your down dog. Tread out. Reach up. So I'm going to give you a couple of versions, a couple of variations. I'm going to do the core down dog workout, and up in the little window there you will see the easy variation for you. So here we go. If you're stronger, we're going to go for a core plank. Right leg lifts up to the toes of that left leg. Move forward, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Child's pose. Whew. Rest that out. And again, if your wrists are sore, squeeze them out, roll them out. They will get stronger over time. Okay, rolling up. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's step our right foot forward. Big step. If that's hard to do straight away, knees down and step that foot through. If you want to work the step through, you want to lift the body up as high as you can and take that foot all the way through. We're going to come to a high lunge. So make sure you're nice and evenly distributed through your feet. Whoop. Find your balance. Try not to topple over like me. And, sorry, I'm having some issues with my mic. Here we go. Find this balance here. We want to make sure that you're drawing back through that right hip crease. Belly draws in, tailbone lengthens. This again is helping us activate our core. As I look towards the camera, I shall hold the wall. And if you're near a wall, go ahead, use it. We're going to extend our arms out as we gaze in front of us. Work that strength through our body. And then rotate your body towards the right side as you lengthen through the feet and lengthen through those arms, getting a lovely twist through our torso. Breathe into it. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take the left hand to the floor, or you can take it down to a block. Right hand to your waist, to your hip. Again, we're just working a little stretch here through the waist, but also into the glutes, which is a lovely thing to stretch out as well. And then release the hand. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Now you can drop your knees to do that. And press up. Doesn't feel like we've done a lot, but I feel like I've worked already. So, stepping into your down dog on the your lunge on the other side, left leg forward, press and rise, find your balance, and reach up. Remember, when you get here, draw back through that left hip crease, extend your arms to the side, find your balance. Usually we look for a focal point in front of us, and then you've got to start to shift your focal point as you rotate to face that left leg. Stretch the arms apart and really work the legs as well, so you get this lovely sense of twisting through the waist, but also this length up through your spine. Breathe. 5. You can look back to the backhand, you can look to the side, or you can look forward. Up to you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your hand to the floor. Reach through that top arm, or you can have the hand on your hip, and you can also just drop your hand down to a block, a bolster, a cushion, something that brings the earth up to you. And then release. We shall walk to the top of our mat. And now we're just going to hang. This is called the dangle. It helps to release the tension in the back line of the body. If you need to have bent knees, that is totally cool. If you do have high blood pressure, however, you want to maintain the heart level above the head, above the heart. And you can just hang here or here and here if you want to as well. But if you're perfectly happy dangling out, shake out the head. Breathe deeply into it. You can soften the knees if you want. Feel your exhalation allowing you to get a little bit closer to the floor. Release the hands. Now connect into your feet. Draw the belly button in towards the spine so you really feel that lift, just like we did when we were in that tabletop position and we were sucking that belly button up. Press through your feet. Press through the feet, draw the belly button up, and look, the spine just gently uncurls itself without any effort at all in the lower back. Wow. Shake it out. Shake out the leg. Shake out everything. And let's come into our Tadasana. So we want to connect fully to the floor, connecting down through the balls of the big toes, connecting across to the balls of the little toes, connecting into the heels, shoulders down the back. Try and stack the knees over the heels, the hips over the knees, shoulders over the hips. Try not to let the hips pull forward, and try not to do this or this. But think about lengthening through the waist, ribs and hips connecting. This is Tadasana, mountain pose, or Samastiti. Close your eyes and feel that energy in your body right now. This is great for the circulation. It's great to just bring strength, stability, groundedness into the body. Take a couple of moments just to notice the energy in your body right now. Notice if your body's trying to hold tension anywhere. And we're going to soften our knees, step the feet a little wider, make sure you've got space around you, coming into a dynamic spinal twist. This is wonderful for loosening up the spinal column. It helps to shift the weight from the belly and the thighs, added bonus there. And it's just a lovely way to de-stress the body and loosen up the shoulders as well. So just starting out slowly. If this makes you dizzy, just do a static twist, gazing behind you and letting the arms swing around and hold. But if it feels okay, really let those arms be free and start to work your way up to maybe looking directly to the wall behind you. Softness in the hips and softness in those knees. Breathe. Let the body do its thing. And then gently, let's release. Step the feet together. We're going to stretch out the center line of our body with a lovely pose called Bullfighter Pose. So feet together, toes touching at the very least. Heels can be slightly apart. Hands, I'm going to step back here so that you can get me all in frame. Interlace your fingers, reach your arms up. And as it comes up, try and find the softness through the ribs as they point down, and then that lift through the hip bones as they reach up. And then we're going to start to stretch out the waist. So turn those hands up. Rotate from the waist. You can let the knees soften if they need to. And if this already feels tight in your shoulders or in your waist, in your hip area, stay here. If you feel okay, you can start to press through your feet, stretch out that belly, gaze up towards your hands. Bullfighter pose, ole. Breathe. If it's uncomfortable to gaze up, you can still use that stretch, but gaze in front of you. And then inhale back to center. Now you want to make sure that that energy is coming up through the floor. If you're doing it right, you should be building some heat in your body right now. Let's rotate to the other side. You can just stay here, continuing to stretch up from the waist, lifting through the arms. And if you want to start to lift the heart to the sky, you can gaze to those hands, finding that lift. If it's uncomfortable in the head, start to gaze forward again. Breathe, open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Release. Roll out the shoulders. Shake out those hands. Feels pretty warm, right? It's awesome. Alrighty. Shake out the body. Another one to build some heat. This is chair pose. So feet together, unless that's really uncomfortable, then hip width is fine, but together is preferable so you can hug in through the inner thighs there. So I'm going to face this way, and we're going to sink the hips, slide them back. So the weight comes into the heels, and also the knees and the hips slide back there. Try not to overextend into the lumbar spine. Turn this way so that you can see without the mic pack in the way. Send those hips back, hands in front of your heart center. Breathe into it here. Hold. This is great for your ankles, your knees, your hips, your belly, your shoulders, your arms. Up here for the shoulders, but we're going to work our core here. Rotate towards the right. If that already feels tight, you can bring one hand to your knee, one hand to your hip, and just continue to rotate here. Maybe you want to sink a little lower. Maybe you want to tuck your elbow to the outside of the knee and then press into the arms and dig deep into that chair pose. What's going to happen is one knee's going to want to jut forward, so draw back through the hip so that the knees even up there. This is also going to build the fire. The metabolism's going to start to scream at you, but you're doing good things for your body. Hold, breathe, hold. You can always stay here. Work a little higher into your chair. Feel the work there. 3, 2, 1. Added bonus of working your glutes as well. Release. Let's try the other side. I'll turn this way now. Hands together. Let's reach up for a change. Exhale, bend the knees. Maybe you want to touch the floor, maybe not. And you can slide your hips back there. Slide the knees back. See how deep you want to go or how shallow you want to go in the chair. Hands in front of your heart. Maybe you just stay here in your chair. It's all good. You'll be feeling the heat anyway. But if you're ready to rotate from the belly button, rotate the torso, you might just stay here. It's all good. Breathe into it, or you might want to come a little deeper. Remember to draw back through the hip crease of the knee that wants to jut forward. In this case, it's probably going to be the right leg. So draw that back, press into the arms, lift and lengthen, maybe drop the hips down a little, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. You can do it. 2.5. 1, release, rise up. Exhale, shake it out. Alrighty, we're almost there. We've got a few more things to do that's really going to get you sweating and breathing hard, but it's going to be so good for that tummy tum tum. So coming down to a downward facing dog. Reach up. Remember, you can always substitute dog with cat. It's totally fine. As long as you're in cat, you're pressing the floor away, drawing the belly in slightly there. Toes tucked or not, your choice. And we're going to step our feet together. And then we're going to move into a plank. So let's see how we go. Press up to the toes, roll up and press back into your heels. Breathing into it. Now you can modify your plank here by taking those knees down as far back as you can go with them. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go a little tricky. If the knees are down, just move the feet over to one side for a moment. Keep the belly lifted. If the feet are up, the knees are up, roll to the outside of the heels. Hold 5, outside of the feet I should say, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. You can take a break, child pose if you need to, or into your modified plank if you need to. And then when you're ready, roll over to the other side. You can stack those knees and stack the feet and look forward. Or knees up, roll to the side, hold, lift through the lower body so that you're getting into the obliques as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Go ahead, child's pose for a moment. Breathe. Inhale, come up before you get too blissed out there, and either shifting those knees back into your modified plank or lifting into your full plank. And if your knees are down, we're going to move ourselves over to one side, and we're doing a little half plank here. You'll feel your obliques. Make sure your arms stay where they are, shoulders plug into your back, hold here. You will definitely feel that core working, especially if those knees are further back. Don't keep them underneath your hips. For those of you in your full plank, same thing. We're just going to walk to the side and hold. 5, 4, press back into those heels. 3, 2, connect fully through your hands. 1, back to center and straight over to the other side. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Drop the knees. Child's pose again. Take a rest. The rest just lets the body come back to center and reset for the next pose. So there's no shame in resting a lot if you need to. All right, inhale, come up from that child's pose, downward facing dog. Reach up and back. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Leave your back foot facing the front. We're coming up into a high lunge pose. So think about drawing back through your right hip crease. Belly draws in, tailbone lengthens to the floor. Breathe those arms up so we stretch the side waist. Breathe and lift and lengthen. Press back into the heel. Exhale, come forward. Press back into that back heel. So again, we're still stretching our waist here. Inhale, rise up. Open out to the side just like we did before. Stretch that out. Lovely twist. Working your digestion. Inhale, rise up. And then drop your back foot, coming into our warrior now. Extend arms out to the side, length through your torso, inner thigh rolls up, and gaze over that front hand. Think about your inner thigh spiraling up and out, same with the back inner thigh. Draw up through the back arch and connect through the back side of that back foot. And to stretch our belly again, let's bring back hand behind us. Reach up through the front hand. Feel this whole front side of the body stretching out. Breathe. You can have the hand dropping down the leg, but don't press into it. Sometimes it's better just to slide it behind you. Inhale back into that warrior 2. And exhale, come on down, either to your tabletop position or your down dog, and you can take those knees down to do that. Reach up and back. Breathe. Go ahead. Left foot steps through. Again, you can take your knee down, step it through, or just step the foot straight through. Stand the balls of the back foot. Rise up. Press into the heel. If the knee needs to be bent, that's all good. Belly draws in. Tailbone lengthens. Stretch the waist away. As the arms stretch up, you want to grab those shoulder blades with your muscles and draw them down the back. Breathe. So let them just melt down the back there. As you exhale, lengthen the arms back, press through the back foot and lengthen the waist. Inhale, rise up. One more time, exhale, forward, arrowhead pose. Inhale, rise up, turn your back foot out, open up into your warrior 2. Shoulders down the back, torso centered. Draw back to the ribcage slightly if your body is on an angle. Spiral those inner thighs to the sky, upwards. Gaze over that front hand. Breathe into it. Energize into your warrior 2. Lift through the back edge of the back foot. Connect down through the pinky toe side of the back foot. Let's stretch out our body. Reach up, lifting and lengthening through the front side. Feel this lovely stretch up through here. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. It's so important. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. We've got one more burst of energy to really get our metabolism burning. And when your metabolism's going, then it's burning up all of that fat, and we'll shift it from our belly in no time at all. Exhale, come on down, step back, Downward facing dog. Now this is one of the down dogs you want to be able to do. So we're going to do a running dog. If you need to take a child's pose for a moment, go for it. Pause the video, rest, because this is going to get the heart rate up. So think about bringing right knee in and release. Left knee in, release. Right in, left in. Just lifting knee to chest, knee to chest, knee to chest, and eventually you can start to speed it up, and then eventually you can really go for it and run, 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 run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. Faster, faster, faster. Go, go, go. We're gonna go for another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Wide, big toes together. Wide leg child's pose. Surrender down. Surrender to that breath. Breathe. The hard work's done. Rest and relax for a moment here. You can turn your head to the side. You can rest your forehead on your hands. Feel those calf muscles. Feel the heartbeat. Breathe. Allowing your body to release and relax. Couple more breaths, and then we're going to slowly finish it off with the cobra. We do have a little boat in there just to work that deep core muscle line one more time. All right, when you're ready, come onto your belly and let me move that out of the way. Hopefully it's not making horrendous sounds as I do it. Haven't had much luck with my sound lately. Need to sort that out. So coming onto our bellies, elbows underneath your wrists, elbows underneath your shoulders, shoulders gently dropping down the back. Sphinx pose, just to let the body relax. You can shake it out, rock it out. And then draw those elbows back to your heels, lift and lengthen through the chest. Feel the belly stretch. This is a nice way to strengthen up the lower back as well. It's a nice way to stretch out that tum-tum. And it's just a nice, easy, cheap cobra, especially when we're just working on stretching bellies rather than working on strengthening through the back. Lovely flexibility for the back here. And release. Shake that out. Now, come up to your butt. And I'll face this way. We are going to rock and roll ourselves again, just like we did before. Releasing the back line. Massaging out the back, the spine, and working strength through our core. So find your balance, lengthen, and roll back. Find your balance, lengthen, and roll back. Maybe hold the back of the legs this time. Find your balance, and roll back. This time, find your balance. Into our boat here, lift the legs to a 45-degree angle. Lengthen through the core, and roll back. And then lift the legs 45 degrees. Maybe lift one leg straight, maybe not. Swap. Swap. Lengthen through the core. Try not to collapse through the back. One more swap. And roll back. Roll up if you can, both. And if you're stronger, you don't need to hold the legs at all. Arms can be out to the side. Arms can be on the ground. Arms can be up high. Work with where you're at today. Rock it in one more time. Lengthen it out. You can hold those legs. You can sit right up here. You can have them down if you want to, and just have the arms out in front of you as well, and lift one leg at a time. If you're okay, lift into your full boat. Here, all the way down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Release. Alrighty, right knee in, squeeze it in just like we did at the start, and then take the knee across the body. Nice little twist. If it's easier for you and more comfortable, stack those knees, gaze in the opposite direction, release. Or you can have one leg extended and the other leg bent. Really, we want to have the shoulders on the ground so we get this lovely twist through the belly, through the spine. And then back to center. Hike the knees in, drop them to the other side, or extend the right leg and take the left over and across the body. It's doing whichever feels good, and don't be afraid to readjust the hips, readjust the shoulders to find that ultimate comfort in your body. So this is just a nice mixed practice. So there's some easy things in here, there's some challenging things in here. It's just designed to start to shift that weight from the tummy. Start to build strength into the core and start to redistribute the shape of the body. Once you get comfortable with this and this practice becomes super easy, then you can check out the hardcore stuff right there. And also check out the HIIT classes, because that will build your metabolism as well. Alrighty, let us move ourselves into Shavasana. Extend those legs out, arms by your side. Make yourself nice and comfortable. If your back needs a little support, you can grab a bolster or some blocks. Place them underneath the knees, cushions, blankets, pillows. It's all good. It's just going to give the lower back a little release. Take a deep breath in where you are and exhale through the mouth. Another one. And now feel free to stay here as long as you like. I hope that was beneficial for you. I hope you felt how that starts to charge up the deep core muscles and starts to build that metabolism into your body and get the heart rate up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it a whole bunch, and the more you practice it, the more enjoyable it will become and the easier it will become, and then you're ready to graduate up to the next stuff. And give me a shout out when you need that, and I'll make a new video for you. Thank you so much for joining me today.